What I did here was I took the Economist YouGov December 24th raw data around favorability, and they have the percent of each group. I only picked independents, Republicans, young, and black because those are the groups that Hillary Clinton really struggled with. And a lot of people feel it's one of the reasons why Trump beat her was she wasn't able to win over any independents, Republicans, or turn out the young and black vote the way that Obama did. So what I did was rather than just looking at their current favorability, because if you look at their favorability within those groups, these candidates, you'll find that a lot of them have no opinion about Yang. So I said, well, that's probably going to depress Yang's perceived favorability because most people don't know who he is. So I said, well, what about of the people who have any opinion, favorable or unfavorable, let's just exclude the people who have no opinion, focus on the people who have any opinion for every candidate. So this is sort of like the informed favorability, the known favorability for each candidate. And lo and behold, what you'll find is that for independents, you've got Yang having more informed favorability. So this again is excluding the people who have no opinion of him. But of the people who have any opinion of him, 52% are favorable of independents, whereas only 36% of independents are favorable towards Biden, which I thought was kind of surprising because Biden is perceived as this kind of center moderate, and you would think that a moderate would do better with independents, but Yang actually does better with independents who have an opinion of any of each of the candidates than Biden does. When you look at Republicans, you see huge weakness on Warren's part. I mean, Republicans do not like Warren. 10% of them are favorable, but 90% are not. And not surprisingly, no one has a lot of Republicans favoring them because obviously they would be Democrats if they were. But 1 out of 5 Republicans who have an opinion of Yang have a favorable opinion of him, whereas only 1 out of 10 who have an opinion of Warren have a favorable opinion of Warren. And then Buttigieg doesn't do great with the Republicans either, only 16% favorable. When you look at the young, usually people assume the Sanders campaign has a lock on the young vote. But of young people who have an opinion of Yang, 59% of those young people who have an opinion of him have a favorable opinion of him. Very similar and slightly above Sanders. When you look at Biden, he really struggles with young people. Only 38% who have an opinion of Biden and are young have a favorable opinion of him. And Buttigieg, as the youngest candidate, is actually one of the weakest candidates when it comes to young voters. I think Buttigieg actually, for some reason, does really well with older voters. And then when you look at the black vote, crucial. Well, let's be fair. Yang, Sanders, Warren, and Biden all do pretty well with the black vote. Yang does almost as well with the informed black vote. The black vote that has any opinion of Yang, 72% of those are positive. And Biden, who everybody says, well, you know, because he was Obama's running mate and he's so well known, naturally is strong with the black vote. You know, he has 77% of those who have any opinion of him. It's positive. So not that much ahead of Yang. And then again, you've got Buttigieg struggling here, where only 63% of black voters who have an opinion of him have a positive opinion of him. Put another way, 4 out of 10 people, 4 out of 10 black voters who have an opinion of Buttigieg have a negative opinion of him. If you want to get record black turnout, having 4 out of 10 have an unfavorable view of you is not the way to get there, in my opinion. And then I just averaged across the columns, and you can see that in general, Yang actually wins in favorability with the groups that we need to win the general election. He is the strongest with the groups where Hillary Clinton was the weakest, and a lot of people feel is the reason why she lost those swing states, because she couldn't win over independents, she couldn't activate young, and she couldn't get the black vote to turn out in the record numbers that they did for Obama. And if you look at Yang, for the people that know about him, he actually wins 3 out of the 4 of these groups. And the fourth group that he doesn't win, he's very, very close to the leader, 72 versus 77%. In fact, I should acknowledge that even though people talk about Biden being the leader, Sanders actually technically had more in this poll. Now, there's some bias here in that it's possible that us excluding the people who have no opinion is excluding the fact that when those less informed voters become aware of Yang and develop an opinion of him, it's possible that they are more likely not to like him. Maybe the people who know about Yang are the more kind of, information seeking and actively researching the campaign. So it's possible that Yang's strength here is partly based on the fact that the people who know him are the people who are really kind of into looking for new solutions. But I don't know. I kind of feel like if that were the case, as we've seen his favorability, because we did this analysis months ago when he had less awareness, and I think it was similar that it's not like he had 80% favorability 6 months ago with the people who knew about him, and now it's quote unquote only 50%. I think it was always around here. I could look at those numbers again, but I did want to acknowledge that is a little bit of a assumption in this analysis, that when you exclude the people who have no opinion, you are assuming that they will, when they do form an opinion, will kind of reflect the people who do have an opinion today. And that's not, we don't know that for sure.